All right, Shalom. This is your brother Yonathan. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say Shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. All right. I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video yet, but I want to dive into some points about the incoming. The rumors of war, the falling of this kingdom, the mentality of 2/3 of our people and the majority of the world. They think this place is going to continue on forever. They think things are okay right now because they can still, the gas prices are going down. They can get some cheap food. They can get some cheap GMO food. They think things are okay. And they don't realize what's taking place around them, like it talks about in Matthew, the 16th chapter. They can discern the sky, but they can't discern the signs of the times. They can't even get a pulse on a shift is happening. A shift on your so-called freedoms. Your freedoms are being slowly taken away, and it's been pushed more so towards quote-unquote safety. They're taking your quote-unquote freedoms away and saying, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't say this. Shouldn't like this person, shouldn't like that person. And that's for your own safety. All right, so I'm going to read Matthew 16:1 to start off, all right? Let me actually go get it in the blue letter that way. I'll have the NLT right beside it. It might be something good on that side. All right, Matthew 16:1, it says, the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, and tempting desired him that he would shew them a sign from heaven. Yeah, from Yahweh Shai, right? Always trying to, gaslight and play them. If you're really the son of God, do this and did it. Are you the high priest? That's what they asked him when they brought him before the Pharisees. They brought him before the guy who was the actual high priest, and that's what he asked him. Are you the high priest? Like, that's my job. Just completely carnal niggas, man. But now I'll say this, man. Not all the Pharisees were wicked. Okay, but this is verse 2, Matthew 16:2. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? And they cannot. All right, verse 4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. All right, you have the prophets on the scene. The Lord has sent his men to warn you of the things to come. And if you guys simply were to listen to them and not set at naught the counsel, like it says in Proverbs 1, listening to the prophets, your attention is brought to all the things that are happening in the world. And then you begin to start to see things on your own from there. It's the catalyst for the change. Okay? But like I said, these people, they still can go get, quick bite of fast food. They think things are okay. And they're not. The simple are overlooking the signs because of the delusions offered by Babylon. Okay? So this is 2nd Ezra 16:21. It reads, behold, victuals shall be so cheap upon the earth. Let's look up that word victuals, right? And this is in the Apocrypha, so I can't look it up in the blue letter. So we're just going to look it up regular. Okay? Get that word victuals. It's simply food or provisions. Okay? People still can go get that cheap food. And that's even going to come to a halt here soon. All right. Victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall the evils grow upon the earth. And evils are growing, man. Daily. Things are popping off in various portions of the world that are ultimately going to collapse the infrastructure people have become accustomed to. All right. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Yeah, man. All right. So the Lord is, in the midst of all this, the Lord is really, he's turning things up. He's getting ready to send these plagues, and these people are not going to know what hit them. All right. So let's jump down Let's jump up. In 2nd Ezra 16, jump up to verse 13. All right. It says what? For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot from the ends of the world. Now, this is talking about the missiles. This is going to be the cherries on top after all the scourges are sent, after the famine, pestilence, war, the love of many waxing cold, the sedition, the government collapses. The missiles are going to be the cherry on top. So here in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, it's talking about those arrows being shot from the end of the earth. All right. These ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, are going to be shot from different continents to hit another. Now, the main place that's just going to be completely wiped off the face of the map is Babylon the Great. That's future kingdom that would hold the bulk of Israel, which is America. So as this place is getting hit, the elect, as you all know, are going to be being taken up into the chariots, all right, which are the so-called UFOs or UAPs, all right. And just a few years ago, man, people would have looked at us crazy for talking about UFOs. But Esau even came out and flat out said it, because the sightings got so overwhelming that he couldn't deny it anymore. Also, in the small skirmish, call it a small skirmish in comparison to what's really getting ready to happen. All right. Over there in Ukraine and Russia, all the people in that area are reporting UFOs by the dozens, whole entire fleets of UFOs spectating the conflict. You know, the chariots are how we're going to be taken out of the way as these missiles are falling. They're also going to be, using that high concentrated heat and bringing down judgment as well, along with the missiles. So those vessels, they're dichotic in nature because it represents our salvation and further destruction of this kingdom. All right. So now let's keep reading on down. Verse 14. It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. All right. Like as an arrow, which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again, man. Beautiful. So we know it's told to us the exact fashion in which this place is going to be destroyed. And the destruction of this country, of this system, of this society, of this rulership that Esau has set up is synonymous with our deliverance and the beginning of the kingdom of heaven. All right, so once the destruction is set in motion, it's not going to end until the job is done. All right, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? So when Ezra was seeing this vision, we all have the understanding. We went over this in class this past weekend, that Ezra was seeing himself in that vision. He might not even recognize himself because we don't look the exact same when we come back. But he understood. He said, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? All right, verse 18. The beginning of sorrow, and that's to the two Christians that came up 2 weeks ago and was saying, of course we're saved. You guys should be professing that you're saved. Nobody knows that yet. Ezra, who clearly is a man of the elect, all right, he still was a prisoner of hope in this scenario, as are we. He said, who will deliver me in those days? All right. Verse 18 again from the top. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? All right. And Ezra, him being back on the scene, is going to be seeking righteousness, seeking meekness, so that he may be hid in the day of the Lord's anger, like it tells us in Zephaniah 2 and 3. So this is we're stepping into this shift, all right, where you're not gonna have time to be blind anymore, because judgment is going to be going forth at a very potent level, very high level. Matthew 24 and 6, it says, and ye shall have wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. These famines are going to be taking place in the midst of the war. And pestilence, more pestilence, at even higher level than what you've seen with that trial run. And earthquakes, as of late, man, is every year has been records are being broken. Earthquakes every year, as of late. These are signs. The wicked generation seeketh after a sign, like we read in Matthew 16. When you could listen, when the prophets are being heard, they point you in the direction of the signs that the Lord is bringing upon the earth. Because they're the watchmen. They're the ones that are able to put the pieces together. And the pestilence are earthquakes in pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All right. Whew. All right. So now let's just continue on here. Verse 8. All these things are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted. There are going to be some of us who are, in prison. We're taken in, in the wicked's possession, but the Lord's going to make a way to escape, as he always does. And we're going to have the utmost confidence in him. All right. Verse 9, it says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. Some of us will be martyrs, but we're in the spirit, to live. And you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And that's how we know that the Christians, they're not the ones that have it. 3 billion. 3 billion Christians in the world. Are they hated for following that modern Christianity? No. It's going to be a small remnant of people who come back to the Lord, and they're going to be hated for that. And those are the Israelites. And amongst Israel, you have a particular group of men who have that 100% truth, who are hated even amongst Israel. The people that know they're Israelites. All right, verse 8 again. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. And you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So, many men are going to be killed for speaking the word of Yahweh. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. And some, of course, for not taking that mark. All right, verse 10. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. All right, verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So these are the conditions that are coming upon the earth. And it's something that you have to be building up your spirit to be ready to endure. How do you do that? Well, blessed is he that readeth, and you're going to be rehearsing the righteous acts, man. The Lord's going to send little afflictions and little adversities your way. You're going to overcome them through faith and holding fast to your integrity, and you're getting stronger and stronger by the day. That inward man is being renewed by the day. So, just getting a little break from work. I'm going to, come back and probably do a part 2 to this. But Lord willing, you got something from it. We have to be we have to be locked in right now, man. As you all know. Continuing well-doing. Because we're getting closer and closer. Things can escalate at any time. We know we're in it. But things could escalate any day. And even if they don't, you got to be in the spirit to be ready for the long haul. Okay? So with that being said, man, I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem, Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.